my little Tascam unit that I have. And it worked fine for a few minutes, and now it's just all garbled and distorted.
Oh, really? Again?
Yeah, and you just said that you couldn't hear it. I just played that little Thomas Dolby clip a few seconds.
No, I didn't hear it at all.
Oh,
and I'm pretty sure nobody else heard it. I don't know.
I did
Please.
hear it horrible, so I'm not even going to try. It's butchering the sound.
Now we need to do something, and I don't know what. Anyway, so idiots supporting what? Nonsense. Because what they did is nothing. This is something. Do you realize that the in vitro testing is done by every drug company when they're working on a drug before they get into human testing, or at least they're supposed to, whether they do or not, I don't know. They're supposed to do animal testing, in vitro testing, and human testing. That's a sequence they're supposed to do. So do in vitro testing of drugs that have already tested in vitro. I don't see any point to it, but they say, well, this is different because the particular cell of that particular patient. Well, so what? It's not going to make any difference. And besides, if you cannot support the life of a cancer cell in a petri dish, then what's the point of doing that at all? Anyway, that's another question. But to go back, you see, all this talk is coming around because they're trying to get money, extract money out of you, as if you are not paying up enough. In taxes, cost of medical care, medical insurance, things that the insurances do not cover. It's just tumble and then try to go for alternatives since the standard does not work and alternatives are not paid by insurance. So the whole thing is a farce. People are spending so much money already. No, we want more. Send us more of your money. And while at that, I also give to political campaign. Anyway. So, yeah. So, on the 17th of this month, there was an article entitled, Half of Cancer Deaths Are Preventable. And aside from the fact that I would answer that by saying 100% of cancer deaths are preventable if you did the right thing and the right treatment, not the garbage that is being done, the horrible garbage that is being done today. But anyway, we'll dwell on that more later. Now, another organization, and of course we are still going with those blah, blah, blah letters. This is AACR. What the heck is it? Anybody knows? It's American Association of Cancer Research. See, there's so many acronyms that nobody can figure out what the heck is what.
Wow.
Yeah. This is American Association of Cancer Research. And their official statement is that things are getting so much better. That today, get this, 1 out of 22 people is a cancer survivor. Now, they're not saying things are getting better. In fact, 1 out of 22 people dies. Only that. No! 1 out of 22 people is a survivor, cancer survivor, in the U.S. Okay, do you know what that means? Do some elementary school math. And what it comes out is that the survival rate is 4%. Okay, let's look at it. What does the survival rate of 4% mean? That 96% of people with cancer receiving standard treatment die. 96%. Oh, but this is so much better because, and it's the same association is releasing the information. In 1971, 43 years ago, 1971, the survival rate was 1%. Okay? Which means 99% of people died. So everybody died, basically. But now, in 2014, things have gotten so much better that 4% of patients survive. Improvement, great success of
Glass
cancer.
isn't 26% empty, it's 4% full.
Yeah. So in 43 years, and I challenge you, how many billion set in research? How many billion have been sent in research in the past 43 years? And what they have produced, jumping the survival rate from 1% to 4%. And that is great success. Okay, how stupid do they think the people are? Please do not donate to anything. Do not donate. It's coming up. Do not donate to the pink ribbon garbage. Do not donate to, well, it was already donated to the Stand Up to Cancer. So donate it. Do not donate anymore, because actually prostate cancer is being exaggerated and people are being treated when they really don't need to be treated. So this is the condition of the research and the work. Oh, scientists and doctors are working so hard on cancer research, and they need more and more and more and more money because it is expensive. Oh yeah, petri dishes are really expensive, and taking a tissue from a patient, a biopsy, is really expensive. So we need millions.
Those are hand-carved Swarovski crystal petri dishes there.
I don't know. Really? Anyway, so to prove that half of the cancer that can be preventable, they are not saying they're preventable with a better cancer treatment, with a way to actually treat patients without killing them with the treatment, because that's the majority of death. The majority of, quote, cancer death are actually treatment death. Well, what's the solution? A better treatment? No. Do not get cancer.
Kinder, gentler chemo.
Yeah, they didn't even say that. Well, okay, one thing I forgot, I'm glad you introduced it. One thing I forgot about the statistics, okay, from 1971 to today. Keep in mind that in 1971, the standard of waiting 5 years to declare somebody a survivor was not used. It is used now, basically making those statistics insignificant, because if a patient dies 1 day after the 5 years are up, is still considered a survivor. This is something commonly known. If he dies after the 5 years, well, he still survived 5 years, so he's a survivor. So the 4%, it might not be 4% at all, and might be even closer to the original 1%. And not only that, keep in mind that now, not in 1971, but now a lot of people are treated for cancer when they do not have it.
Yep.
So they might be able to better fight the treatment. So the whole thing is absolutely phony. But anyway, let's get back to this thing about...
Did you see that article that was going around? I don't know if I sent you a copy of it or not, but it was going all around Facebook last week about some doctor that admitted to putting people on needless chemo, basically.
Yes, he was found guilty and he's going to prison.
Yeah.
For I don't know how many years, but anyway. And yeah, he billed, but it was done not so much
In Michigan.
Yeah, but it was not done so much because he was treating. Yeah, it made it look like because he was treating patients that didn't have cancer, he was treating them with chemo. But the reality is, the bill is sent to Medicare. Okay, so he's been. He was found guilty for Medicaid fraud. And get this, okay? He billed, in a few years, he billed FDA $200. You didn't send me a copy, but I got it. I found it. 221 million. Now, Medicare never pays the full bill you send them, but they pay 91 million. Okay?
You think you just set him up as a fall guy to make it look like they're doing something against illicitly prescribed chemo? So it looks like they're aware. I mean, because, come on, get real. You've been talking about this for over 6 years now, that chemo is being used against people that don't even have cancer, and that false positives, and chemo causes cancer. You can take a false positive that's nothing at all if you leave it alone and then jab it and biopsy it and squeeze it in a mammo machine and shoot it with chemo and everything. Yeah, it's going to end up being some really bad stuff.
Yeah, I said that, and I know it happens. I think that they use this to show that they're actually doing something, and all the money to Medicare. It's just another, because you see, this guy's not even an American, he's a Lebanese, okay? So they found a fall guy, but there are so many more out there that do the same thing and nobody does.
That's what I guess that's what I was meaning to say.
Yeah.
Well, this is just a show, a sideshow to make us look. This is what we're doing to people like this, when it's really more the rule than the exception.
Like, and like that other doctor that they, a 74-year-old, I don't know if I talked about it already, but it was sent to prison for 6 months for taking kickback. And all he was doing is getting $2,000 a month of kickback for sending patient at this particular hospital. That's just ridiculous. It's a small fishy. The big shark are not attacked. And now they want to show that, we are also attacking the big shark, and they did this guy. This guy must have been so obvious in what he was doing that it was easy to catch him, and it was also easy to attack because he was not even an American born. So.
And Alex Jones is pushing a story about GlaxoSmithKline putting live polio virus into someplace in Europe. Because it's only on Alex Jones, though, I'm kind of tongue-in-cheek wondering, okay.
And polio virus, so what? There is a vaccine for polio. Come on, guy. And most people are vaccinated. So, he's such an idiot. It's just coming up with stupid stories and just... But anyway. What is happening out there is an absolute spread of dishonesty, lies, and attacks on insignificant cases. Well, this guy was really charging too much to Medicare, so I can see that. But the guy for $2,000, they get real. That's stupid. But anyway, so their solution, how to prevent cancer death, is not to find a happy solution to cancer. An easy one that doesn't make you sick, doesn't cause any other disease, doesn't cause any other cancer. No, avoid cancer altogether. And how to avoid cancer altogether? With anything except with what really causes it. And if you read it, important points about cancer prevention. Do not smoke.
Don't wear pink.
Yeah, well, do not smoke. Well, that is really questionable anyway, whether tobacco smoking causes cancer. And now they're even trying to prove something that is absolutely ridiculous, that the e-cigarette causes cancer. Get real! How is Zach is he going to do that? Anyway, so, but another prevention of cancer is, get this, developing a personalized cancer screening plan with your physician.
Yeah, we're going to map.
That's what causes cancer.
Let's map out the rest of your life as a cancer screening program.
Right. That's what they do. That's what they want to do. And that's part of an approach to healthy living. Excuse me?
Just want to make a damn slave out of you, that's all.
Not only that, is they want to make sure that in the end, like the British say at the end of the day, and I have something to say about the British due to recent events. They have nothing to do with medicine, but I want to say something later. Anyway, okay, let's say it now and then we'll continue with this. All right? There was this big, whoopee-doo, big riot about Scotland wanting independence. And of course, England was squirming,